May I come in, sir?
आ जाओ
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
बैठो।
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. And we are 4 people. You can introduce yourself to all of us, please.
Sir, I belong to Jadawar, Khairpur Miras district. I've done my intermediate from Ikra school, and before this I was a metric candidate in my father's school, Bright Future School, Jadawar. Later on, I was entered in Mehran University as a civil engineer. I graduated in 2016, and later on I applied for works and services, irrigation, and public health engineering as a combined competitive engineering examinations. So I qualified and got 4th position in this exam, and later on I've served as a works and services AEN for 1.5 years. And currently I'm a section officer and government option through PMS, Provincial Management Services. And my hobbies, I watch and play cricket, and I voluntarily also teach to my youngsters and villagers in my school.
Sajjad, you tell us the profile of your district, Khairpur. What is the history and what is the population? What is the administrative structure? What do you see there?
Sir, my district's name is basically was a princely estate during British era, and it was 1843 that it was made princely estate. And first ruler 1843 was Mir Sohrab Khan Talpur, and its last ruler was Murad Khan II. Khairpur has a very rich history because of architecture like Faiz Mahal, Kodiji Fort, and moreover agricultural sector. It has a rich agriculture sector because dates are very much famous in Khairpur, and they are also exported in foreign countries as well. And besides this, Khairpur has some important personalities as well. For example, Pir Pagaro, for example, Kaimal Shah, for example, Sachal Sarmas belongs to our district as well. And Khairpur has rich educational institutes as well. For example, Shah Latif University, IBA Branch Community College, Khairpur Medical College as well as GIMS, Gambut Institute of Medical Sciences and Technology. And sir, according to population, it's 4th most populous district in Sindh.
What is the total population of province of Sindh?
Sir, total population, I cannot recall it, sir.
What is the length of coastline of province of Sindh?
Sir, it's around, as far as I remember, from 1098 kilometers to 130 or 140. I cannot guess, but...
What is the total length of coastline of Pakistan?
It's 1098, sir. Around, sir.
And who is sharing the coastline of which province? Those 2 provinces are sharing.
Okay, sir.
Balochistan and Sindh.
Yes, sir.
And what is the length of Balochistan?
Sir, I am not...
270 is the province of Sindh.
270, okay, sir.
770 is the province of...
Thank you, sir. Thank you for adding in my knowledge.
Can you tell us what are the rural issues of rural Sindh, which according to you, have you identified the rural issues of province of Sindh?
Yes, sir.
Because the urbans are different and rurals are different.
Yes, sir, exactly. Sir, first of all, the very grave issue in our rural areas is of infrastructure. Roads network, for example, sanitation, pipelines, infrastructure, that's very much grave issue in our rural areas. And number 2, educational standards in rural areas. That's of a deepest or lowest of its status and as well as quality. These 2 issues are very much pertinent in rural areas.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSPs पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। रजिस्टर नाउ एट 0316 570-1593.
You are working in energy department?
Yes, sir.
What is the status of that Thar coal mining project? Because
yes,
they are
sir.
producing energy now.
Currently, there are 2 Thar coal power projects, number 1 and number 2, and both produce 120 megawatts of electricity.
120 megawatt. It is being transported to the national grid or not?
Yes, sir. It's being transferred to national grid line and federal
Have
government.
you visited Thar coal project?
No, sir. I have not visited.
You have not visited.
No, sir.
How do you see the political scenario of Sindh province in the coming election, in the coming general election? How do you analyze it?
Sir, there are chances of a change in our political scenario of Sindh provinces. Being a rural area, being a citizen of a rural area of Sindh, I am foreseeing a changing of mindset in youth generation of youth in Sindh, because they do not want to give votes to feudal mindset, feudal lords. They want to be attached or linked with some educated mind class people. So this may be a change that may be foreseen in near future. And besides this, some new parties can win some vote banks from Sindh, because currently People's Party's gesture or People's Party's, for example, performance is underrated in our province, sir.
Do you think that a joint opposition against People's Party can make a dent?
Sir, time will tell. I cannot
But
argue
you,
or
you
comment
being
it.
an analyst, yaar, political analyst ho na?
Sir, there will be a tough call if PP faces some resistance from opposition side.
How do you see this Afghan crisis? How it should be resolved? If you are the advisor to the government of Afghanistan, what will be your advice to them? What they should do?
Sir, being a representative from Pakistan side, I would advise them, Afghan's Afghan's government representative, that for the first time they have to work for recognition. For recognition, for example, they have to set up such government which should be non-violent, which should, for example, which should be compatible with international norms, rules, and traditions in international law. For example, respect and dignity and education for women should be made obligatory. For example, there should be no terrorist attacks inside Afghan state against those which are not the party of Taliban's, for example, in their home ground. And all the factions should be united for making a legitimate government, sir.
What is the form of constitution of Afghanistan?
Sir, they have Islamic Republic of Constitution.
They
I am not recalling its Emirate, something like Emirate, Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. I'm not currently
There was a
exactly.
virtual conference between President Biden and President Xi of China.
Yes, sir.
What are the outcomes? What was the
Yes,
point of
sir. It
discussion?
was 15 minutes virtual conference, and
It was?
15 minutes, sir.
No, it was more than that.
Sir, okay, I may be wrong, sir.
Recheck kar le.
Okay, sir. I
Okay,
will
what
check.
was the outcome?
So the main agenda of the conference was on Taiwan. They wanted to, for example, throughout history, America supported one China policy after 971 and onwards. So there was some support from America to Taiwan against China. So China constantly said USA that this should be not in the terms for future relations. So there has been a one China policy always. So this should be stopped. Or China believes that there is a one China. So help for Taiwan should be stopped.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Police is an abbreviation of some words. So what are those words?
I've not gone through it, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Insulation of police from political pressure.
Okay, sir.
What provision is there in the Police Order 2002 in this regard?
Maybe I think public safety commissions, as far as I remember, according to 2002 order, public safety commissions, which will be headed by civilian representative.
How will it work? How will it perform?
Sir, it will, for example, address public grievances. Apart from police, does not have representative of police, so it will give authority or check and balance over police, and police will be accountable to public safety commissions.
Give your career a boost with CSS PMS preparation from Civil Services Preparatory School. Join CSS PMS for on-campus and online classes. Join us for your bright future. Civil Services Preparatory School, Markaz, Islamabad. Register now at 0316 570 1593.
Is the world unipolar or multipolar right now?
Sir, currently the world is multipolar, because China and USA are major powers in the world. And besides this, there are some other powers like they are developing and economic developing countries. For example, there are countries like in Europe, for example, France, G20 countries, Saudi Arabia even, or for example, Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea. These are also building a block of multipolar world, sir.
You say you are organized and disciplined.
Yes, sir.
And on the other hand, you say carefree attitude towards health. How can you reconcile this?
Sir, as far as my education and background, I have remained organized and disciplined. For example, my success story since my matriculation, intermediate and onwards, I have received first position in engineering entry test, and later I was even given a scholarship of district in my childhood, and later on I got first position in engineering cadre, and then I am top 10 students.
Please try to be brief.
Okay, sir. But as far as health comes, I am bit careless or reluctant to take care of health. So because I have lived almost I have lived in bachelor life. So for fooding, this has become a problem for me, sir.
How will you define organization, public administration?
Yes, sir. Sir, organization as for example, a private or public setup or entity in which there is a hierarchy, and there are staff that govern for example, public policy affairs or private affairs of any organization.
Who was Maslow and what theory did he propound?
Sir, Maslow was actually, I cannot recall who was he, but he gave motivational theory. In his theory, there were three basic ladders. For example, first, physical, psychological, and self-actualization motivation theories.
There is another one also, need ladder. It was in 4 areas. It had 4 points, not 3.
Okay, sir. I acknowledge, sir. Thank you.
Who wrote Declaration of Independence? US history.
Sir, he was Thomas Jefferson, sir. Thomas Jefferson wrote it.
Which country gifted a US Statue of Liberty?
Sir, France. France gifted US Statue of Liberty to US.
Thank you, sir. So, Khuhro Sahab, tell us about this Gambut Institute. It is very famous and it is very circulated among. What is the success story?
Yes, sir. Gambut Institute is basically a semi-government institute, and the whole success is reasonably behind one man. He is Abdul Rahim Bhatti, who is director of Gambut Institute. And currently, sir, Gambut has a prestige of having a liver transplant in Gambut, and which is a very small city, Talka, which offers liver. Around 100 cases have been successful in liver transplant. Moreover, it has separate gynae system, and there was a one time we have installed, for example, Gambut GIMS installed a bone marrow system, but it failed because there was a Mangi doctor. He later on denied support for bone marrow, so he went abroad. And besides this, there are rapid response center, which is very much like emergency center. It's very much famous and very much, for example, prompt us in giving relief to common masses, sir.
How many amendments so far in the Constitution of the United States?
Sir, there are 27 amendments in USA Constitution.
Who was the American president who took oath of the office in air?
Sir, I cannot recall it.
How many presidents have been assassinated?
Sir, there are 4 presidents who are assassinated and who are killed. And yes, sir. Number 1, Abraham Lincoln. Number 2, McKinley. Number 3, Garfield. And number 4, John F. Kennedy.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSPs पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। Register now at 0316 570 1593.
How many have been initiated proceedings of you call it impeachment?
Sir, as far as I remember, one was Richard Nixon, and other was recently he was Donald Trump. I cannot remember other names if there are.
Both are incorrect. Who wrote
Sir,
the pamphlet Common Sense?
Okay. Sir, he was Thomas Paine, sir.
Thomas Paine. And what was Ku Klux Klan?
Sir, Ku Klux Klan was a white supremacy against blacks. When they were given rights of 1865 through 13th Amendment, then they wanted to revive their white supremacy, that blacks cannot be given rights, and they will, for example, gain equality in United States. So they were against gender discrimination or gender equality.
Okay, thank you. Sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Where Ku Klux Klan it strengthened? In which state it emerged? We're talking about this.
Sir, sorry. I
Okay,
am not-
what is era of good feelings? This time period is associated with the American president. Era of good feelings.
Sir, if you allow me to guess,
Yeah.
it was during the era of Richard Nixon.
Okay, what did you know about the Mayfair Pact?
Sorry, sir.
Mayfair Pact.
Sir, I'm sorry about it.
Can you tell me the three kinds of American colonies during her early period?
During first period,
Yeah.
there was Jamestown, Virginia colony for the first. Jamestown, Virginia colony, then Maryland.
Okay, who was the American president during the time period of Great Depression?
Yes, sir. He was Herbert Hoover.
Herbert Hoover, sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is New Deal policy?
So New Deal policy was given by FDR, and through this policy, he pledged nation to, for example, he fought against 3R: racism. I cannot recall his policy, but it was giving people relief in worst crisis of American history.
$1 अमेरिकन बिल के ऊपर किसकी तस्वीर है?
Washington, sir.
And $100,
Sorry, sir, I am not.
who is the founder of Democratic Party?
Democratic, sir. He's, I think, if you allow me to guess, he is Thomas Jefferson, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, what in the Bretton Woods Conference concluded?
Sir, in Bretton Woods Conference, three institutes were formed after World War II era, and these were, for example, international IMF, World Bank, and International Construction for Restriction for International Bank. That later, sorry, I'm sorry about it. It is JET, General and Tariff and Trade Agreement.
Okay, what did you know about the Peerpoor Report and Sharif Report?
These reports were actually formed after Congress ministries, sir. And yes, sir.
What was in it?
Sir, I have not gone through them, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's close this interview. Let's be informal.
Okay, sir.
Or you can ask question, but I will request you to give me your own self-assessment. What do you think? How you have performed?
Uh,
Are you ready for the battle or not?
Sir, almost ready. However, I feel that there is room for improvement, sir. And for example, my token questions are very much weak because I have not even read any token or MCQs book, because purely from engineering ground, and then I came in job early at the time, and I do not struggle for any job. So that's why I have weak knowledge base.
Khuhro sahab, you are all right. देखो बात ये है,
Yes, sir.
personality is very fine.
All right,
शिव
sir.
शिव करके चमकते धमकते जाओगे तो ठीक हो जाएगा. You are intelligent and you have proved your intelligence in the previous exam also. Communication skill आपके ठीक हैं.
All right.
Oral as well as body language, sitting posture, impact of voice, everything is fine. You are confident, लेकिन ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस हो क्योंकि तुम्हें चीज़ों का पता नहीं है, तुम बोल रहे हो.
All
ठीक
right,
है,
sir.
तो नॉलेज बेस कंपैरेटिवली वीक है. ठीक है ना. अब यू आर वर्किंग इन एनर्जी डिपार्टमेंट, और एनर्जी डिपार्टमेंट में ये जो है ना हाइड्रो का 27% शेयर है,
ओके सर।
ठीक है ना। और ये जो फ्यूल है इसका तो 64% है, और बाकी ठीक है। ये अब आपका जो है ना, देखिए बात ये है कि यू आर कमिंग फ्रॉम रूरल सिंध।
यस सर।
अब रूरल सिंध पे बहुत सारी डिस्कशन हो सकती है। यू आर कमिंग फ्रॉम कराची, कोस्ट लाइन है पूरी आपकी, अर्बन सिंध रूरल सिंध के प्रॉब्लम वहाँ डिस्कस हो सकते हैं। तो प्रोफाइल ऑफ सिंध में क्लियर होना चाहिए, पॉपुलेशन क्या है, शेयर इन एनएफसी क्या है, एरिया क्या है। यू आर अबाउट 26% शेयर जो हम काउंट करते हैं विद इन पाकिस्तान। सेकंड बिगेस्ट प्रोविंस हो, लेकिन 26% हो।
ऑलराइट सर।
ठीक है ना, ये जेहन में रखना है। तो अदरवाइज यू आर ऑल राइट, कंपेरेटिवली यू आर बेटर, लेकिन स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस अपने अंदर पैदा करो। तो तब बैठो, अखबार सारे अपडेट करो, और न्यूज़पेपर रोज़ पढ़ा करो। न्यूज़ डॉन हार्ड कॉपी, ये सॉफ्ट कॉपी नहीं, हार्ड कॉपी लेके उसको, और वो तुम्हारी नोटबुक होगी इंटरव्यू के लिए जिसमें पॉइंट लिखते हैं, उसको मेंटेन करो, क्योंकि उससे रिवीजन होता है। आईएमएफ की अपडेट क्या है, वो कल की खबरें आ रही है, अभी की खबरें आ रही है, दैट वी शुड बी अपडेट ऑन दैट इश्यूज। ठीक है, तो ये है कि यू नीड टू थोड़ा सा अपनी तैयारी कर लो ना, तो तुम्हें बेहतर तुम्हारा बन जाएगा।
ऑलराइट सर।
स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस, वो जो है ना हालत जंग में आओ, ठीक है।
थैंक यू सर।
तो उसे थोड़ी सी अभी तुम्हें टाइम है, यू कैन वर्क। पिछले 3 महीने के न्यूज़पेपर लेके सबको रिव्यू करो, और उसमें करंट इशू, इंटरनेशनल इशू, नेशनल इश्यूज, सोशल इश्यूज, वो सब मौजूद है। ठीक है आप सर।
थैंक यू सर।
फोकस्ड आपके आंसर्स होने चाहिए। अब ये जो वर्ल्ड इज यूनिपोलर या मल्टीपोलर, आप इसमें यूई को ले आए हैं और सऊदी अरेबिया को ला रहे हैं, और मतलब मल्टीपोलर का जैसे पहले अमेरिका था, पहले कहते थे वर्ल्ड इज यूनिपोलर,
यस सर।
ठीक है, फिर बाईपोलर, फिर चाइना भी आ गया बीच में, और एक दो और मुल्क भी हैं। तो इससे ज़्यादा तो और नहीं है, जो है कोई और ऐसी पावर्स तो नहीं है ना। तो आपने जो है इन्हीं को सामने रखकर
ऑलराइट सर।
जवाब देना है। मतलब बेसिकली इट्स अमेरिका, चाइना एंड यूएसएसआर। और दूसरा क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, क्रिकेट स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में आपको नहीं पता। आप कहते हैं कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पर होता है, ये वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पर नहीं, रीजनल लेवल पर होता है। ठीक है, आठ रीजन्स बने हैं। ठीक है,
थैंक यू सर।
इम्पीचमेंट किसी के खिलाफ नहीं हुई आज तक,
ट्रायल हो यार।
ठीक है। सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक एंड वेरी फोकस्ड ऑन द वर्ड्स ऑफ द क्वेश्चन।
ऑलराइट सर।
ठीक है। जो है इम्पीचमेंट सक्सेसफुल होने का मतलब है कि उसको रिमूव कर देना। निक्सन की शायद हो जाती बट ही रिजाइंड। ठीक है। अच्छा, बाकी ये आपने ठीक है, आपकी ऑप्शनल यूएस हिस्ट्री के पॉलिश हैं। मेरा ख्याल है मेजॉरिटी चीज़ें सर ने आपको क्लैरिफाई करनी है। फेवरेट बुक्स आपने नहीं लिखी, आई डोंट नो व्हाई। इसको थोड़ा कर लें, क्योंकि फाइनल के लिए आपके पास होना चाहिए। बाकी शूटिंग के लिहाज से और ड्रेसिंग सर ने आपको गाइड कर दिया। सर
सब कुछ सर ने आइडेंटिफाई कर दिए। बस मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जब क्वेश्चन हो रहा होता है ना, तो आप फौरन आंसर एक बनाया होता है आपने अपने माइंड में, पूरा नहीं सुनते क्वेश्चन को आप। जैसे कि सर ने लंदन बी जॉनसन का असैसिनेशन के बाद वाली बात जो है वो आपने, अपनी इम्पीचमेंट वाली भी आपने बात ठीक से, थोड़ा सा टोकन क्वेश्चंस को थोड़ा सा ऑब्जेक्टिवली थोड़ा सा एक मरतबा नजर मार लें अपने तमाम ऑप्शंस पे।
ओके सर, ऑलराइट।
चलो, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।